Okay, so here's something I want to ask. Um, is anybody out here having clear thoughts? Seriously, is anyone out here having clear thoughts throughout the day? Because I feel like I get a few clear thoughts, um, depending on the day. And other than that, oftentimes I feel like my mind is like fried like an egg. And I'm not complaining. And I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm just bringing up something, and maybe I'm being a little unhinged, but there's so much noise. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Between the phones, please be careful with your phone. I've been getting that message a lot, and that's for everyone because you might think that you're not that plugged in, but really be honest with yourself. How much time are you spending on your phone? You know, and what are you doing? How much information are you putting in your brain on a daily basis? Are you letting yourself take time to integrate it, to think about it, to contemplate on it? Are you giving yourself time to be quiet and reflect? Um, Things like that. I don't know. That's been coming up a lot for me because, like, I've really had to check myself with all the information I was taking in. And not even just social media, but even, just in your environment. It's funny how, to live simply, to simplify your life, even though it's simple, it's like in a way we're constantly having to put effort into making sure our life stays simple because otherwise things just, it seems like there's just things um, become so complicated and complex so easily, so quickly if you're not paying attention. And that complexity, especially in this day and age, is just unbelievable. You know, it's like you can just get lost in this sort of this totally complex, structureless realm. Feels very Pisces. I know it very well. I know it very, very well. And I don't know. I've just been thinking about it lately. It's very chaotic, that realm I'm speaking of. And I'm not shaming it. There's a lot to be learned in that realm. It's very sort of groundlessness. Again, very subconscious, very dreamy, very infinite, very mystical, very dreamy. I don't know how else to explain. So I think about it a lot. And that's just something I wanted to share. I don't know, to be funny. Because also think about that Nikola Tesla quote often. Um, he said, he's talking about scientists, but this applies to everyone, especially scientists of that time, especially now, but to everyone, where people are thinking deeply, but they're not thinking clearly. I ask myself that pretty much every day lately. It's like, I know I'm thinking deeply, but am I thinking clearly? That's hard. It's easy to think deep. You can go down any rabbit hole your mind imagines, anything you see on the internet or from someone else. You can go down any damn rabbit hole. You can ruminate on anything. And a lot of us have had addictions to ruminating on fears and evil and darkness, endlessly. Again, there's something to be learned from any stone you're going to unturn. But I'm at a point where I have to ask myself, what am I ruminating on? And really be careful with my thoughts and what I'm picking up and what I'm touching. Is it really worth it? That's something I've noticed lately with fear. Like little insecurities here and there randomly, it'll hit me something that's sort of triggering, and I have to ask myself, without suppressing it or bypassing it, but also, do I even need to ruminate on this? Do I need to go down this rabbit hole? Do I need to worry about this? Probably not. Probably has nothing to do with me, actually. You know what I mean? It's like deal with the feeling, what's triggering you, move that through your body, or do whatever you need to do, transform it, make art out of it. Don't absorb it. You don't have to absorb it. You don't have to take it on most of the time, especially in the mind, because the mind will try to grab at things that will just torture you. It's a habit. I heard that the other day. Problems are a habit. I think that's often true. You get in a habit of having a problem. And then when you don't have problems, there's like this thing that kicks in where your mind is searching for a problem. It's like, surely there's a problem I can worry about somewhere. So, anyways, are you thinking clearly? That's something to ask yourself. That's something I'm asking myself. And how can you start to think clearly if not? Are you having clear thoughts throughout the day? Or is your mind like a big old jumbled mess? And it's okay if it is. And sometimes there's seasons of your life that's just like that. Because in my experience, it's like there's times where you're literally getting, it feels like a software upgrade. And so it's just like crazy in that brain. That brain is crazy when that's happening. It's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. And that's why, things like meditation and art, creating family, safe relationships, whatever, friendships is so good to have that and just enjoy it and try to be playful with it. Anything you try to be playful with, not so serious, is going to be helpful. But, anyways, I think the last thing on that note for me with thinking clearly is just simplifying and remembering to make an effort to simplify your life any way you can. You can simplify what you're eating, if you can simplify what you're consuming content wise, if you can simplify your routine, take out things that are not necessary in your life often, you know, simplifying so that way you can have clear thoughts. Look at this little baby. Oh my God. Google. So, yeah, Google. My gosh. That's the message. Thinking clearly. Much love.